Congratulations on getting this far in the Twitter marketing section of this course. By now, we already understand why you should invest time in Twitter, how Twitter works, what not to do on Twitter, and then we've covered off on the first, second points in terms of how to increase your Twitter followers, getting more retweets, and 5 steps to optimize your profile. So looking at my profile now, I've made a couple of updates which I'll share with you. I've included a header here. It's just a picture from my city where I am in Dublin. I think this is a very easy header that you can add in. It tells a little bit of something about yourself, especially if it's a personal account, or you can make it look more professional, maybe include links. But I've got my bio here. I've included a call to action, so I'm just using the header to say a little bit of something about myself. My bio, I've updated it with a little bit more social proof. Also included the accounts of where my courses are hosted, Udemy. There included some keywords, hashtag marketing. We're going to talk about hashtags later on, but essentially just putting in this little symbol in front of the word makes it searchable in Twitter search. And I've also included a call to action. People can get that first lesson free there. So that's it. I've updated my bio. I've updated my header. I've optimized my profile in general. And now in this lecture, we're looking at how you can promote your Twitter profile. Really 5 ways in order to do it. And the key message is here is you really just want to link it up. You want to link your Twitter absolutely everywhere. You want to leverage existing online profiles, big or small, to springboard into Twitter and to really build your profile fast here. So if you've been following this course already, you've got a email list, you have got a Facebook fan page, you have got a YouTube channel. You can use all of those to really help promote your Twitter as well. Let's look at some other ways as well that you can really promote your Twitter business. So one key place that you can pop it in is an email signature and business cards. Add the link along with other social media accounts. So on your business card, it'll just be your username, but adding it to your email signature is very, very easy. I covered how to do this step by step when we looked at the Facebook marketing section of the course, how to add let me get this open here and I'll show you the lecture. But essentially, I already went through this in a lot of detail, how to add your icons for your social media profiles, or just a link into your email signatures here. You can also add it into your MailChimp account for any emails that you set there. So I'm not going to repeat that process because it's exactly the same as I showed you for Facebook, but adding it into email signatures, business cards is a great place to do it. Also, add your Twitter link into social sharing buttons, so you can add them, a link on your homepage or individual posts. All of my posts display a tweet button which mention my account. So you'll notice here for this particular post, as you can see here, there is a social sharing button. If I click on this, it shows the title of this post and also a via at Dara M. Walsh. So I get a notification about that when somebody sends out if somebody shares this post, and then I can potentially retweet their post. That helps to expose them to my audience, and I'm inclined to do that because it's good, like testimonial for me, kind of makes me good look people sharing my stuff. So that's an important thing to do. This is set up, I set this up during the WordPress section of the course, and I just put my Twitter profile in the back end of the site. So it's very easy to do, but an essential thing to do really to get those tie in people sharing your posts from your website to your Twitter. Make sure you mention your account and have that working there. So that is the second way that you can promote your Twitter and really integrate it easily into the work that you've already done. Now, another thing that you can do is add a follow button to your website. You can include this really anywhere you want, your about page, contact us page, and it's very easy to do. What I'm talking about here is something like this, a follow button here, and you can include that almost anywhere. And maybe if you can give people an incentive as well, follow me, let me know what you're talking about, and I will give you a shout out. So really what I'm saying is I'll help expose you to my audience if you follow me. That's the incentive for people. So if you haven't done that already, now that you've got your Twitter account set up, you can go ahead and do that and test that out, and I'll give you a shout out. So if you want to set something similar up for your website, you can just click on the link here, and all you need to do is enter your Twitter URL. So you can just take the URL, paste it in here, and you're going to get a couple of different options now. You can embed the timeline, so we're going to cover that in the next lecture, but this is really the Twitter buttons, like you can see here, and like I can really see up here as well. You can also use this, let me just close some of these down, for Twitter buttons, so it can be a follow or a mention, and that could be really something like this mention here. You could tweet me directly, or you could follow me, or whatever you want to do. So there's a number of options here with this embed code, and you can really set it up in a number of different ways. So just like this, or it could be tweet me directly from the page, or what is in the next option here is really to add a Twitter widget, show the latest tweets on your website, sidebar. So similarly, as I've done here, you can see this is kind of a preview of my Facebook page. I can do the same thing with my Twitter stream, and I can include that in the widget there as well. Now personally, because I've got this Facebook one in here, and I've got a contest running on this, I want to try and keep attention only on this for the time being. But if I did want to add in my Twitter stream to the sidebar, it's very easy. You essentially use the same link again. You just pop in your URL once again, and you can get an embedded timeline just like that. It's gonna generate some code. You just copy that code, and then you go in, and as you normally do in your WordPress dashboard, add a widget, paste the code into the widget, and that'll appear your latest tweets in the sidebar. So that's another way you can use your website traffic to really promote your Twitter account. Now the final thing that you can do is really cross-pollinate your social media accounts. So you can ask email subscribers, Facebook fans, YouTube subscribers to follow you on Twitter. You can verbally say that, say at the end of a YouTube video, or you can just put in a link to, or your username, like @DaraMWalsh, to get people to follow you there. And like we looked at before, on Facebook, you can use a tab to promote your tweets. So this is one of the applications when we looked at applications on tabs. Let me just open up the Facebook page here actually to remind you. And it's really leveraging your social profile here. You could add in, say, Twitter here. When I open that up, then something like this, it would show all of my tweets, not my reviews. So that is another way that you can cross promote your social media accounts. You can simply ask at the end of videos, just send an email, put it at the end of an email, or you can use something more that's ongoing, like that Twitter tab there. And if you open this up, this is actually the link straight to the app, so you can install that straight into Facebook if you want to there. So those are a number of ways, 5 different ways that you can promote your Twitter account. Essentially, you want to link it up wherever you can, and that's a way that you can leverage the existing online profiles we've already built up in this course to really springboard you into Twitter and connect with people there. So that is point number 3. The third way that you can increase your Twitter followers is just leverage the existing profiles that you have. Now in the next lecture, we're going to get into using hashtags to really increase the discoverability of your tweets and to help you get more exposure on Twitter. So I'll see you there.